the manufacturer of it. Typhoon is just the chassis. We're looking to use this truck to replace the aging and failing Rescue One that we have currently. It's experiencing quite a lot of maintenance issues. We had an engine that was placed into it a couple of years ago. Ran consistently for a while, but we're back to having very serious maintenance issues. The shop has been doing a very good job of trying to keep it running, but they're having additional issues sourcing parts now for that engine. It's a international chassis and one of their house brand engines, and it's just apparently something they've not continued to produce parts for. So myself, Deputy Chief Braden, and firefighter Logan took off last week to Bedford, Indiana, to take a look at this truck. It is a, as I said, 2013, roughly, let's get down here, 54,000 miles, 5,000 hours on the engine. Just for reference, our current engine one has proportional hours to that right now for the number of miles. So we don't see that as a concern for the fact that it has that many miles already and that many hours. It's the consistent amount of hours and miles that we're putting on a truck in our district right now. So they don't seem to be running it much harder than anything we run our trucks with right now. We are looking specifically at this truck. It is dual purpose. It works as an engine and a rescue. It has some extra storage space that our engines currently don't have. So when we're down from our rescue, we end up having to kind of cobble and choose what equipment we can put on a reserve engine. We can't staff it appropriately with all the equipment, and we kind of hope that like we're covering our bases correctly. So this truck will add to the flexibility of our department, especially as we look towards the future of Station 2 opening. We would hope that this truck, if purchased, would have the ability to go to Station 2 and operate as an engine if needed, but also as a rescue out on the interstate where we expect it will be out frequently making car accidents. Just a couple things about this. It was offered at $200,000 was the asking price. Through the channels the Deputy Chief Braden had, we offered $160,000. They countered at $170,000, and that was accepted tentatively. That front bumper there, particularly, I don't know if they have a picture of it open or not, but that contains extrication equipment that actually comes with the truck. The Jaws of Life, cutters, and various other extrication equipment that is pretty expensive, so that is coming with it. In addition, the department had some additional equipment that they kept in storage that goes with that truck that they said they would include with that. I would say conservatively, we're getting another $15,000 to $20,000 worth of tools with the truck that they're not adding into the price in any other fashion. Mechanically, the truck was good. I looked over about 45 minutes of probably 40 to 50 pages of maintenance records for the truck. They have a diesel mechanic that actually works his own shop that works for the department. He is the guy in charge of maintenance at their place, takes impeccable care of the equipment as far as we could tell. Everything was replaced with receipts. The engine looked good. It pumped great for us. Interior looked great. We thought this was an absolute great purchase for the department if the council's willing to approve. I believe Chief Lawson had discussed maybe the intention of surplusing Rescue One. While it would make a great reserve truck, the chassis itself is just so out of place at this point that the box has some value, but we don't have anything to put it on that would allow us to continue to use the truck in the future. But with Station 2 getting built, this gives us kind of a backup engine in place of something breaking down there, and then gives us a second rescue. We do have a light rescue that's being completed, should be coming back to Oklahoma. It's a brand new cab and chassis from Banner Fire Equipment. That should be arriving back here within the next week or two to get upfitted, and that will be the other rescue for whichever station this truck does not end up at. Any questions I could answer?
Good shape.
I'm sorry, what's sir?
It looks like it's in pretty good shape.
It is. We were more surprised. I wasn't sure what pictures we were going to get. Those are the ones that Deputy Chief Braden took. The website that they actually use, AI removes all the lettering off of it, and the paint looked a little dull, but they want you to be able to see what the truck looks like without all their department logo in and everything. So when we got there, we were actually pleasantly surprised at how vibrant the paint was. As I said, the department, very similar to our city size and use case, takes immaculate care of their equipment. They're outside wiping trucks down every day at 4 o'clock. We did have one question. Why are they getting rid of the truck? It's not terribly old. They had a chief that purchased this vehicle a number of years ago, did not consult any members on the department for its use case. They have a lot of like car width and a half wide county roads that they go down, and they cover extrication car accidents for most of their county. And they said this was not tenable when they meet another car on the roadway. So they ended up buying a light rescue like we have also coming, and switched everything over to that. So that's our hope in this, is looking at that. We had also looked at remounting Rescue One with the new cab and chassis. That was a conservative estimate of 230 to 250,000 by the time the box is taken off, new cab chassis, wiring gone back over, new doors, just kind of making it as new as we could again. So that was really our other option, or continue to shop for other used apparatus.
I make a motion to accept this. It's great.
Okay. Any questions though for the lieutenant?
Is that magenta color or red?
It's a red. It's a red. It's just, yeah, it won't match everything else we have right off the bat, unfortunately.
Magenta. Well, then I will second the purchase of the 2013 E1 Typhoon pumper from Garage Technologies, magenta color and all for $130.
I mean, we have varied colors of brick.
Yeah,
and brick-like paint down.
Right.
It's reddish.
If you're hung out on the highway, you won't care what.
No,
No.
no, you won't.
At least it's not yellow.
It's better than yellow.
Okay. All right, we're good on the color. We have a motion and a second.
It'll look good in the Christmas parade.
Yes, it will. Still further comments or questions, cast your
Good
votes.
find.
Thank you.
Good job, guys.
And I do want to add, we looked at the engine issue for this particular truck. I wanted to make this clear, although you guys sound like you're okay with it. The engine that comes with this truck is an engine that is heavily supported for heavy diesel stuff. So if we need parts or anything in the future, this is a truck that stuff is readily available for this engine. This is not something like this International where when Tenny's guys go looking for it at the shop, they are keeping it for weeks extra just trying to find parts. So we really did try to think ahead when we were looking at this, like, is this going to be something that can be supported in the future?
Right. Great.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, council.
Do we have all the votes? Kim? Can you do it again?
All votes through.
Okay. All right, unanimous approval for the 2013 E1 Typhoon pumper purchase. Thank you, Lieutenant. Appreciate it. Item number 7 is the Hartford Small Business Accelerator Grant Acceptance. Shonda Rooney.
Yes, thank you, Mayor and Council. Our organization was nominated to apply for this grant program. We were one of the 8 selected out of over 150 eligible communities to get a $25,000 operational support grant to go toward the SHOPS program. So we'll be able to use the funding to send our current tenants and graduates to additional professional development opportunities. So if they want to go to additional trainings at Meridian Technology or Francis Tuttle, where they want to work on, small business taxes or hiring employees or get just additional professional development opportunities, this funding will go to support that. And it's not a 50-50 or a reimbursement or anything. It's just a clear $25,000.
Does anybody have a problem with free money?
And we were eight of 150. Yeah.
Yes, because it was nationwide and there were organizations from every state. There was a little over 150 and they award 3 to each grant opportunity. And there was only 2 awarded in one of them. So there were 8
Wonderful.
people
Good
awarded.
job to staff for doing that.
Thank you.
What is impressive.
Awesome.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. There's no further comments or questions for Mrs. Rooney. Please cast your votes.
All votes through.
Unanimous approval for the Hartford Small Business Accelerator Grant Acceptance, $25,000.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 8 is the mayor's nomination to the Guthrie Edmond Regional Airport Board. Mr. Young?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Mr. Charles Downs is the mayor's nominee to serve on the airport board for a 3-year term ending in May 2029. Mr. Downs has a military background as well as background with aircraft at Tinker Air Force Base. He'll join a board filled with 3 Edmond members, 3 Guthrie members, and 1 member appointed by the Guthrie City Manager or designee. And he's here tonight if you have any questions.
I make a motion to approve the mayor's nomination of Charles Downs to the Guthrie Edmond Regional Airport Board.
I will state as a board member of the airport board, I was impressed. I've always been impressed with Mr. Down's service to Guthrie and veterans. And then seeing his application, I was even more impressed. And I think he's the perfect choice under these conditions, circumstances. So
I believe,
I second that.
I believe he has 32 years of like aircraft maintenance and
Yes,
do you
sir.
have that with you there?
Yes, sir. I don't have it offhand, but from his application we read earlier today, of course, to prepare. Yes, sir. Yeah.
That's right. Okay. It's decades of aviation experience working on aircraft at Tinker Air Force Base. So plus
Fantastic
other things.
nomination.
Yeah.
Thank you for being willing.
No further comments or questions, please cast your votes.
All votes are in.
All right, unanimous approval to appoint for the mayor's nomination of Charles Downs for the 3-year term through June 30th, 2029 to the Guthrie Edmond Regional Airport Board. Thank you. And congratulations, Mr. Downs. Yep. You start tomorrow. Item number 9, resolution number 2016-18, acceptance of $6 million FAA grant for airport terminal and is it apron improvements?
Terminal and terminal apron improvements. Yes, sir. This has been a long time coming. We've known we've had this $6 million for a while. This resolution will formally authorize the mayor's signature for the grant agreement and authorize us to accept these grant funds. Tomorrow, actually, we'll be opening bids for this project, both the terminal and the terminal apron, and we will bring that selection back to council soon. But this will allow staff to move forward with the grants and get this project moving along.
Can I just add that it's 2026-18?
Oh, what did I say?
Yeah, it reads.
The header says
Yeah,
2016.
the header says 20.
Oh,
The
okay.
agenda item reads correctly.
2016.
2026.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Although it feels like we've been waiting that long.
Exactly.
The 2016 feels right.
Yeah.
And it'll be a good restaurant, right?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
Yes,
So moved.
2026.
I'll second.
Okay, for a motion and a second. Any further comments or questions for Mr. Young?
Exciting.
Yes, it is.
Very much so. Thank you,
Yeah.
Kate.
Okay, let's cast your votes.
All votes are in.
Okay, unanimous approval for resolution number 2026-18, acceptance of $6 million FAA grant for airport terminal and apron improvements. Item number 10 is Logan One Service Agreement, Chess Cottages Water Service. Mr. Maker?
Yes, Mayor and Council. The proposed agreement allows Guthrie to establish and maintain water service to the customers in Chest Cottages subdivision. It's a 4.2847 acre tract located within Logan One's service boundary. In the exchange, Guthrie will pay Logan One a monthly royalty equal to 5.8% of the gross water revenue from the base and the volume water charges for the service in the area. Penalties, interest, connection, reconnections, and equipment charges are excluded from the royalty calculations. The agreement term is 40 years from the effective date or for as long as Logan One remains indebted to a federal loan or loan that qualifies Logan One for protection, whichever period is longer. The developer will be responsible for paying Logan One a $1,000 per lot impact fee based on each final plat approved by Guthrie before new service is initiated. The agreement also addresses audit rights, water infrastructure obligations if service is discontinued, and preserves existing agreements between the parties unless inconsistent with the agreement. This is the same agreement basically as what we currently have for Guthrie Farms as well as Hillcrest Farms.
This property is located at Oklahoma and Academy. Right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's for Rossmore Hospital. Okay.
Make a motion to accept it.
Okay. Is there anyone who wants to second that?
Approve the conditions.
Yeah, approve of the conditions.
Okay. I second.
Yeah.
It says subject to final approval as to form by the city attorney. Is that
Yes, Mayor and Council, we're working through, you have a draft in your packet. City Attorney had some comments on the agreement form.
Okay.
Between now and the next rural water meeting, we intend to have that ironed out and prepared. We just won't have a council meeting between now and the rural water meeting.
So we're good. We're okay to do that now.
I believe Marvel's okay with it.
Yeah,
It's
so far.
it's an existing form with two other subdivisions.
Okay.
So we'll get it ironed out, and the terms, if there's any hesitation, we'd be happy to answer any questions. But these terms largely mimic the settlement agreement and existing water purchase contract that is in place. So
Okay. Okay. Well, we have a motion and a second with as subject to final agreement. So there's no further comments or questions. Please cast your votes.
All votes are in.
Unanimous approval for the Logan 1 service agreement. Chess Cottages Water Service. Thank you, Tenny. Item number 11 is the mayor's nomination to the Guthrie Library Board. Cameron Smith, librarian.
Yes, thank you. All right, so this is to appoint the replacement for Miss Jamie Newton, who has been on the library board, I believe, 3 times. I gave her the opportunity to continue, and she wants to step down. So fortunately, we have a qualified candidate, Miss Brianna Gilder. She's a current user of the library with her family. The librarian, that's me, looks forward to getting her input on all the big things we have coming. So staff recommends the nomination.
Okay. Anybody have questions or comments for library director?
Motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. There's no further comments or questions. Please cast your votes.
All votes are in.
Okay, unanimous approval for all those present for the mayor's nomination to the Guthrie Library Board to confirm Brianna Gilder to serve on the library board for a term expiring May 31st, 2029. Item number 12 is resolution number 2026-16, Guthrie Public Library Policy and Fee Schedule. Again, Mr. Smith.
All right, fantastic. So what you have before you is something that I've been working on with the library board for 12 months. We went through section by section, line by line. In the old policy, I totally intended to just make a couple corrections here and there, but we got almost a brand new policy. The reason why is because, like most library policies, our former, the one that's up now, is meant to be a guide for staff on what they're allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do. What I wanted to do was produce a document that would be easily readable by the people using the library and for y'all, so that everyone knows exactly what is going on at the library, like they should. I cut out a lot of extraneous language, especially about computer use and things that were repeated. I also included an appendix of every document that is referenced in the library policy, including some federal laws. I didn't include the entire Internet Child Safety Protection Act, because then y'all be improving something about yay big, and I didn't want to do that to you tonight. But some of the things I want to point out is that one of the big things I'm excited about is that as part of policy, there will be an automatic overdue fine forgiveness. So if you bring the books back to us, we will pretend that you did not owe any late fees. That way we get our books back. That's what we want. The fines, most of that goes to like super cool Typhoon fire trucks anyway. The library doesn't even get all of that. So actually, the policy before you is actually a little bit shorter than the one that we are currently using, but it's much more simplified. It provides greater access to our community, and I hope that y'all see that and will just approve this. Now, if you have any questions, I brought a whole folder. I've got notes.
How many violators do we have keeping books that's overdue?
Overdue at this moment, about 115.
That's not a felony.
Not yet. There is actually a state statute that deals with theft of library property. I have not yet had to turn anybody into the library police. Bookman has retired for a long time.
Do we need to talk to the chief?
We can.
He's here.
Yeah, he's right over there.
So we have a window of
Turning into a swagger.
Yes. So the way it works is that when you return a library book, all our computer will show a fine. A lot of the times, staff will now talk to you and remind you, please turn in our library books in time. Now we're just going to hit the button to waive the fines. As it turns out that library fines do not encourage people to bring back their books on time. It's more likely to just stop them from coming to the library. This all started about 10 years ago. The Los Angeles County Public Library did a study on why so many people were not using the library, especially people in poorer communities that could use it the most. And the thing that they got back was it's because the library is too expensive. And why is a free service too expensive? Is because kids lose stuff all the time. I have one myself. I've lost track of how many books I've had to replace from that lady. But doing things like this encourages people to use the library. If you've never owned, I'm not going to point any fingers. If none of you have ever owed a library fine, that just means you need to come see me more often and get more books from the library.
Very good.
Also, it's a great deal. It's a huge morale improvement for staff. I have dealt with library fines anywhere between 10 cents. My largest library fine I ever had to deal with was over $2,400. Not at the Guthrie Public Library. That was at a different library. But yes, we did have an individual that did owe over $2,400. The folks that owe a lot are usually no problem. Usually the first question is well, how much do I have to put down to keep borrowing books? So what do I need to do to keep borrowing books? I have been cussed out, threatened, all sorts of stuff over 10 and 20 cents. That's where the problem is. Actually, my first week at the library, I did have somebody throw their library card at me because they were mad that they owed 10 cents on a library, which was funny because I was going to forgive it because they were a new library person and I wanted to be nice, but I changed my mind after they threw the library card.
I didn't realize your job was so dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll talk later. I got lots of class. I'll even tell you the dead body story one time. That one is a good one.
Great work on the.
Talk about putting an officer there.
Yeah,
Bulletproof vest.
I will say Cameron and his team have been working very hard on this over the last year, as well as the library board, and we appreciate all of that. Be happy to answer any questions, but staff does recommend approval. And I'll note that Cameron is the only staff member that has a law degree, so I tend to lean towards him when we have things that we need help with that before we send it to Marvel. So staff recommends approval. We're happy to answer any questions.
This is a really great comprehensive document.
Well, thank you.
And like you said, very easy for the
Good.
general public to read.
That's good.
You guys have all done a great job putting it together.
Thank you, Meg. I appreciate that.
And all joking aside,
Yes.
I've heard great things about your leadership.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's cool. Most of them probably weren't even lying, so I like
This was behind your back, so that's good.
I know. I'm not used to that.
It's a law degree with such wit and humor, so that's good.
That's great. I'm not a practicing attorney.
Marvel's funny. Yeah. Okay. All right. Anybody would
I make
like to make a
motion to
motion?
approve.
Second.
All right. We have a motion and a second. If no further comments or questions for Mr. Smith, let's please cast our votes.
All votes are in.
Okay. Unanimous approval for resolution number 2026-16, the Guthrie Public Library Policy and Fee Schedule. Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Thank you.
Item number 13 is resolution number 2026-03, Records Retention and Management Policy. Oh, Kim gets to participate.
Yeah, how do I follow that?
I know.
So the city currently maintains its public records in accordance with state law, including the Oklahoma Open Records Act. This proposed policy pretty much mirrors the city of Oklahoma City's policy. It's comprehensive, and not only will it help my department, but it'll help all departments with the records retention. And
Simple enough.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the city attorney reviewed it, so if he had any comments
Mhm.
about it,
There's a few updates, but not many.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Anybody have any questions, comments?
Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Oh, go.
Go ahead, ladies first. All right.
Motion and a second, again, deferred to Councilwoman Dean by Jeff again. No further comments or questions. Please cast your votes.
All votes for it.
Unanimous approval for resolution number 2026-03, records retention and management policy. Thank you, Mrs. Biggs.
Thank you, Kim, for putting this together.
Mhm.
Very helpful. Thank you.
Item number 14 is the award of bid number 2026-05, demolition and site clearance services. Mr. Casey.
Thank you, Mayor, City Council. This is part of our annual dilapidated structures. It's the point where we actually are going to award bids based on the homes that are no longer have any building permits or are ready to be torn down. The public hearing, if you remember, was back in April. There was the opening of bids on June 10th. And there are 9 out of the 11. When you saw in your packet, there were a couple that were already demoed by the owner. I won't go through each individual one, but I will tell you that 3 of them are going to be awarded to Dewey Martin Construction. There'll be 5 of them to K&M Dirt Services and 1 to Harris Services LLC. Those were all the lowest bids for each of the addresses. The total for the whole bid package is $50,683.20. Our yearly budget is 55, so we came in with a few dollars to spare to probably mow some more weeds or something with that. So give it back to the council for your decision or approval, sorry.
Make a motion to approve demolition and site clearance services.
Second.
A motion and a second. Does anybody have any questions, comments for Dan on this?
It's quite a process. So
Yes. Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Demoing houses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's- Oh, yeah, no problem. Yeah.
6 addresses.
Part of the being on the public side. So, yeah.
There's no further comments or questions. Please cast your votes.
All votes for it.
Unanimous approval to award bid number 2026-05, demolition and site clearance services. You know, Dan, it'd be funny before these are approved and go out, you should put all the council members' addresses on that block just to see if somebody says something.
True.
Including the mayor's.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. Item number 15, resolution 2026-17, removal of dilapidated and dangerous structure declaration.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I'm not sure if the council, many of you were here when we adopted this policy, but one of the things that we ran into with our dilapidated structure program is we do have some individuals that want to rehab their house. They go to the bank and the bank says, no, we're not going to give you that because you have a dilapidated lien on that particular parcel. So back in 2021, we put forth a policy to where, number one, they would have to show us they're basically serious about doing it. And then secondly, it would come to the council for your decision to formally take it off of the list. In this particular case, they already have a building permit and they've already started construction in that and basically have been using their own funds. They're at a point now in which they need the loan and hence the issue that came about. So with the approval of this resolution, it would remove the designation as dilapidated, but it would allow the property owner to move forward to get the loan that they need to finish the home. We had a previous one that was probably in 2021, 2022. It ended up being completed as it would be expected. And in this case, we plan to see the same thing where it will actually be completed given all the work that's done. So with that, if you have any questions. Oh, and this was, no, this is never mind. Sorry, next one. Sorry.
If they have been actively working on this.
Yes, because they have a building permit. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, they were in my office today knowing that it was going to go tonight. So we already coordinated with them that if it is approved tonight to get them a copy of the resolution so they could literally go to the bank and start the process to get the money.
Great. So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. If no further comments or questions, please cast your votes.
I'd much rather see a home be restored than torn down.
Totally agree.
Amen.
All votes for it.
Unanimous approval for resolution 2026-17, removal of dilapidated and dangerous structure declaration. Item number 16 is the termination of easement on West Noble Avenue in Owen Field. Mr. Casey, begin.
Thank you, Mayor, City Council. Again, I don't know if a lot of you were around, I sure wasn't, but back in 2006, the city had, with an economic development agreement, sold some property that's right adjacent to or north of Owen Field there. That was the primary entrance to that. And so as part of that agreement, there was an access easement that was put forth so the city could ensure there was access to Owen Field. As we know, we have now ongoing improvements out there, which also relocated the primary entrance to the west. The current property owner is looking to possibly build on that property, and they're wanting the easement removed so it doesn't affect their buildable area or their building on that property, because it literally goes down the middle. So the document would be the termination of easement by general release. This was all coordinated through our city attorney. He reviewed the document and had no issue with it. So obviously, if approved, this gets recorded, their easement goes away, and everybody's happy. So with that, if you have any questions.
I think my only question is that this easement's currently still being used.
No.
Oh yeah, they're
No.
still
Oh.
using it out there.
Ma'am, this road was, when they put in the new parking lot with the gravel, this would be between Mercy and the north parking lot.
Yeah, I know where there's
It's not active.
It's not accessible.
No.
I don't think so. Yeah, I didn't think it was.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I was confused
Yeah.
by it too.
Yeah.
And Dan and Tinny
Yeah.
helped me see that. So
This is the one that was used as the exit for Owens Fields before.
on 33.
Onto
Yeah.
33, yes. No, they're still using that to come up the back way and park on the gravel lot that's there.
The whole thing?
Yeah, so you may want to
Okay.
check with the current lessor out there.
Termination of this easement would terminate that ability.
Yeah, right.
To do so, so
Yeah.
you may want
Yeah.
to please check with them
Yeah.
when we do that.
I was under the understanding, and Tinny, you can jump in if you'd like, but I was under the impression it wasn't even accessible at this point. So
There is a big washout
Hmm.
right there as you come off of 33.
Yeah.
If anybody is taking it
I mean, it's the bigger, like the trucks or, larger SUVs, but they're still making their way up that way.
Off the actual road now that comes up over into it. So yeah, it has to be like a truck or something. That's access.
I just would make sure that everyone is aware that is currently still using the fields, that we won't have access, and it would be trespassing if they use it.
Do we need to,
we can do that.
do we need to pass this with some kind of amendment, or is it just a
No.
note?
I would just make sure that because we do have
Yeah.
that property out there leased and just out of habit of being able to utilize that everybody is aware that that's not an accessible
We can do
way
that.
to get up
We can
there.
set some barricades up
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
take care of it.
Yeah, sign.
Yeah.
For a while, and once we get the main sign up or something out the main entrance,
Yep.
that's,
Yeah.
100 feet or so down.
To the
Absolutely.
west.
To
Yeah.
west,
Yeah. Not that much further.
Not that
Yeah.
much
You're
further.
accustomed to that entrance.
Yeah.
So.
How about just a big pile of dirt?
That's what I was gonna say, just.
Totally to
If
dirt
that
up.
property
Hey,
owner-
pile of
Oh,
dirt.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you could talk to them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Shame on me.
So just want to be clear, there's no issue with the termination of
No,
the
not
easement.
at
We
all.
just want to make sure we communicate that.
Just notice.
Okay.
Yes, please.
We can take care of that.
Thank you.
Okay.
So moved.
Motion and a second. Any further comments or questions on the?
So, I'll second it.
Thought somebody did.
Thank you, Chet.
Motion and a second. No further comments or questions. Please cast your votes.
Thank you, Dan.
How much rent?
Unanimous approval for the termination of easement on West Noble Avenue in Owen Field. Thank you, Mr.
Hopefully it
Kasich.
develops something good.
Item number 17 is the special use permit, open air farmers market. Mr. Kasich.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, City Council. As many of you may remember, in March of this year, the City Council approved a special use permit for an open air market and also RV parking on the west side off of Warner. The applicant has come back. He's looking to have some amendments to the existing special use permit. There were some conditions that were put on the original, which included any temporary assemblages such as and similar to vendor tents, tables, benches, food trucks, temporary signage that have to be removed every week after the markets close. The amendments specifically are the applicant is wanting to amend that condition to allow or basically exclude the tables and benches so they can remain there even after the market is closed. Looking to put a portable shed on the property. Also include the additional property that wasn't a part of it originally. To the very east, if you remember, there was a parcel that was rezoned but was not part of the special use permit. As you see there, if approved, then amendment approved, it would allow for the market use to go on the eastern property. And then also reconsideration of improvements. The applicant requests that the open air improvement shown on the site plan no longer be required. At this time, the RV area was not part of the request, so that is going to remain as originally approved. Again, this is with the market area. And then I'll just finish with the Planning Commission recommended approval of all the amendments in a 4-to-1 vote. So with that, I'll leave it to the the council if you have any questions. And the applicant is here.
Dan, just to clarify too,
Yes.
on the picture that was just up there
Yep.
with the red squares, if
Yep.
I could pull that up again, please, I appreciate it.
Aaron? There we go.
Yeah, you're saying that.
Yeah, that
One of
furthest one, yeah, because this would be the proposed, because the very one, as you see on the screen to the right, it had no designation previously. It was simply rezoned to C2, but was not originally part of the special use permit for the open air market. And then that blank area or the non-red area in between is our city parcel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought you were saying that the entire top red portion was the new.
Oh, yeah, no, just,
Little confused.
yeah,
Okay.
just the one to the furthest east.
Okay.
This may be a question for Mr. Pagonis, but is there a size of the shed proposed?
I think by the city code, I can't do anything over 120 square feet, the footprint. So you're probably looking at a maximum 12 by 10. And I will try to hide it as best as possible. I was going to put it maybe in the trees on that west lot, so it won't be visible.
Yeah. And just to clarify, the reason for that is anything over 120 square feet or 120 feet or over that requires a building permit. Because it's in the floodplain, then we would have to look at it as a more permanent use and it would have to be elevated. Whereas we keep it like he said, a 10 by 10 or something, it can still be considered temporary.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And it's, John, you were saying when you drive into the driveway, it'd be to your left.
Yeah, it would be on the west. It would be on that west end.
Yeah, it's
The
very
west lot.
heavily
It's got a lot of
wooded,
trees.
yeah.
I want it to look nice, so
Yeah, you
it's,
could hide something in there.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't mean to say it
You
like
can hide.
Don't give me the ideas.
You're not gonna be able to hide table and benches in there. I want to point out what was first we agreed to in the beginning. It says the market will not have on-site parking. The zoning code does not have an off-street parking requirement. Patrons of the market would park on the street or the vacant lot singular that the applicant owns. I can attest absolutely. These lots have already been in use. Parking is everywhere. And there's a lot of cars, I grant that. They're also parking on city property. They're using city property for their vendors. Even to the east side of 7th Street, I've seen them. They're parking on Department of Transportation property, which I don't know that that's cool or not, but I don't know why we're approving something you're already doing. And also I want to point out that you had that picture up there a moment ago. That was the original arrangement we agreed to, right?
That's correct.
And that's not being utilized at all.
correct.
And now that you want to remove this.
That's correct. That was it.
So
Yeah,
what
it's-
you called in your paper to the council from the last planning commission meeting, it states that staff does not know exactly the amount of vendors that have participated so far. Well, that he can answer that. and that the improvements will help to stabilize the properties during use, both for vendors as well as the attendees. Without the improvements as shown, we're talking about that, right? Yes?
Yeah.
These improvements. Without the improvement as shown on the site plan, the use could continue to be scattered and disorderly, which it is. So now you're asking us to throw this away.
Well, I have made improvements. I mean, I did put in the electric, I have put in water.
This is what we agreed to.
I understand there is, the gravel paths are pretty much what I'm wanting to take out because I thought it was going to be like a rutted area and it's not. The grass is held up very well.
I've just drove by there. The grass is getting beat down and dirt is showing everywhere. And it's going to get worse, more foot traffic.
It's very green. I don't understand. I mean,
well, there's a lot of red spots, and so less grass, more red dirt, which equals more possibility of erosion.
there's more grass there than there was before. I don't understand. I mean, I'm there fertilizing it and overseeding constantly and trimming trees.
That's not my observation tonight, driving by there. So the point is, this is what we agreed to. Gravel, this is nice. This is what we agreed to.
The gravel would cause a safety issue, especially if it's mowed. It would throw rocks. Kids will throw rocks.
Well, you don't mow gravel.
Do what?
You don't mow gravel. You spray it for weeds.
I understand, but if they're running mowers over it, it will.
Who's running mowers? The city doesn't mow it.
Well, I mean, I could, or kids throw rocks. I mean, it's without putting the gravel paths in, it makes the area more flexible.
This is what we agreed to. And by the planning manager has said that it would be unstable and disorganized otherwise if we don't stick to this plan. You agree?
No, it could be, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And it is.
I think it's very organized. I disagree with you.
Agreed to. You called me before you ever made this move and asked me what I thought about a flea market and a food truck corral. And I said, well, it sounds like a good plan, but until I see the plans and hear from the planning commission, I can't give you a yes.
Okay.
Then you showed up at council with an RV park. That's primarily why I said no the last time.
Well, you know, we've had 3 months to experiment with this, and I think it's gone very well. I've been out there trimming trees, keeping the grounds. I think it looks better now than it did 3 months ago. I mean, can you attest to that? I mean, I think it looks great.
I'm not saying
I'm out there continuously doing improvements, and I think it's very organized.
And this looks a lot better than what I've seen in the 4 months you've been down there. And you're already utilizing property that you're asking permission to use now. You've already been using it. And I've seen the parking during the wet times, and they're parking
now
everywhere. The original specifically states that the on-site parking would be on that one lot that you're asking to use now.
Sure.
That's not true.
I did go to the city and I did get an exclusive use permit for the lot to the east. And that could be utilized as parking.
Has that been approved?
Yes.
At the planning commission?
For parking, the exclusive use permit has been approved. There's not been an approval for vendors on city property.
Right. So the city property that's between your properties and the city property that's off to the east is still being utilized, and we haven't approved that, yes? But it's being used. Just want to point that out. This is what we agreed to.
I understand, but you know, after 3 months of going forward, we have learned some things. It has expanded. It's gotten bigger than we thought it was going to be.
Okay.
So that's why we're coming to you now to amend some things so it's more versatile. It's been great for the community. I think it's been a great thing for Guthrie.
How?
And how? Well, it's brought people into our town. My wife has a business downtown. It was struggling. She was going to close. I had to do something. And by having this market, it's brought people into her business. Her sales have gone up. It's brought the community get together. It's got them off Facebook, face to face. It's just been a great thing. I mean, it's very community driven, and people just love it. And
I'll say it's been very busy. I agree with you for that.
Sure. I think it's been an asset to our community. It's one of the best ones in the state already, and it's bringing people from everywhere.
But now you're asking to leave the tables and benches of vendors in place.
You know, I might put 3 or 4 picnic tables. We have elderly people that come there to eat, and they need somewhere to sit. We're just trying to make it accommodate our elderly, and I think it'll make it look nice, like a park.
Your request is not specific. It's not
How's that?
specific to any, well, as
You said picnic tables.
stated, you want to leave the benches and the tables.
Sure.
So we're not talking about all these vendor tables that are set up going to be left there, or any of them going to be left there?
No. The vendors take their stuff with them. These are just 3 or 4 picnic tables we just want to leave out. They're heavy. I just don't want to move them every week. That's all.
I see.
Yeah.
Still plan on having food trucks there?
Yeah, probably a couple of food trucks, sure.
Which would be nice to have
Yeah.
benches for somewhere to sit,
Yeah, I
to
agree.
eat.
Yeah, it's a food. I mean, people love the food trucks. I mean,
Yeah.
they come from on the west side. They seem to really enjoy having that.
So is the RV park going to be a thing, or what? Are you going to?
I don't know. I don't know about that yet. The
You have 2
RV.
months left on your 6 month
Sure.
to do all these improvements, and if we.
On the RV side, or are we talking about the RV side?
Both, right? Both. This and the RVs, unless we say
Right.
yes to your requirement.
Right.
Request to change all
Right.
this.
We're not discussing the RV park.
But it's still the same time limit. as
Yeah,
this.
but that's not on the agenda, the RV park. We're discussing what's on the,
It's still.
what's on the
It's
agenda.
still important to say.
You're going off
yes,
the
6
agenda,
months
sir.
to do
Yeah, I know,
this
but you're going
and
off
that.
the agenda.
Yeah.
You're going off the agenda.
That's what I'm pointing.
That could be another discussion later, but we're not discussing
Okay.
the RV park.
All right.
I think that's a mute thing to discuss right now.
So I think, John, that the largest part of the issue was what Councilman Williams is getting to is not the success of your market. And it isn't that we can't acknowledge that you are bringing a lot of people to town, and it is greatly appreciated.
Sure.
What he's trying to get you to acknowledge is that, like everyone else, you bring a plan.
Sure.
And we approve the plan,
hmm
but you didn't do the plan. And I mean, yes, you put your vendor tables where you said you were going to set up vendor tables. But as far as executing a constructed portion on your lots,
Mhm.
that is not what you did to scale. It would be the same thing
Sure.
as if someone, like, you brought something to change the front of one of your buildings downtown, and you did completely something different
Mhm.
than what was approved here. You just went and did
Sure.
what you wanted ahead of time. That is the issue. It's not that you haven't been successful. It's not that you're asking to make amendments based on what you've put there. And you do need to make amendments because it has grown.
Sure.
And you've seen the success. So the first one doesn't apply anymore, right? So there does need to be some update.
Mhm.
But that is the biggest issue, is
Mm.
that it was already let's see how this works. But you put up tables and tents before you actually built what you asked to be built. And that is the biggest caution.
Well, I mean, we did put in the electrical, we did put in the water. That was a major investment, so that was part of the plan. And the only thing we're wanting to exclude is the gravel pathways.
And I think that the light was very helpful.
Yeah, we
down
did
there.
put security
That
lighting,
big
yes.
light That need to
Yes.
happen down there. And
Yes.
I want to say it's probably helped a lot
Thank you.
with the activity that has
Sure.
been going on down there.
Sure.
So I do
Yeah.
want to say that is appreciated.
Mm.
Thank you very much.
Well, just like anybody else in town with getting permission to do something, if he got in there and he acclimated, we are where we are now. What does he do to remedy moving forward
Well,
with where we are? He needs to come here and get permission.
I
and
mean,
that's
with
what
the
he's doing.
diagram,
Yes.
with the diagram, that we do have the tents in the way the diagram is written out. We do have our tents in a circular motion, our circular path. So we do try to stick to this with our tents.
I will say that whenever it was very rainy and things in the earlier months, that even the road where everybody was parking was getting really rutted up, and and the grass was getting really worn. So I can see where the issue is coming forth whenever you have 3 or 4 lots down in the flats being used like that continuously when everything else looks really nice and green, and these lots are being used continuously, so they're looking a little worn down.
They look good. I mean,
I realize they're probably looking better now, but also the market hasn't been as giant. It's kind of hot right now. So it hasn't been as exploded like it had been in the cooler months, but it's still successful. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that it isn't.
well, we
I
did
know-
have the truck gathering down there, and
that
that was a
huge,
major,
too.
yeah. So
And that
I
was a
mean,
lot of fun.
and we did repair any ruts that did occur. We had Hayes
They
tree
did,
service
yes.
come out.
Kathy told me they came out and trimmed
They
trees.
did,
That was
and they put dirt in, and they made it nice. So we are continuously trying to improve the area. And I think it's, like I said, it looks better now than it did 3 months ago. And Mr. Williams was saying that it was, he didn't want his view being obstructed. That was his major concern in the beginning. And I think the view is a lot better now than it was when he said he was concerned about his view.
My view was the RV park.
You say when it come over the
I didn't want to see
bridge, my
I
view
didn't
was.
want to see an RV park there.
Sure.
RV park. That's
I understand. Well, there's an RV park there now. I mean, during Little Britches or
2
during,
blocks away and back.
they
to the woods.
come
It's
up
not
pretty
as visible
close. I
as
mean, they have
the road.
cattle trailers there. I mean, how is that, how is that worse than an RV? But anyway,
But thank you, Monica. for
you've been
making that
against it
clear.
from the
I
beginning.
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I agree with your words.
Okay, well, he's is where he is now. I mean,
Yeah, I just want to put a couple
we-
picnic tables out. I mean, and some benches, that's all.
No, we'd like to encourage, no matter what group we're on or what project we're talking about, that we ask that citizens or companies stay on the plan that we have. Much to our dismay, sometimes on some of these groups, like on HP, some people, they tear something open, they're there in the moment, and then they say, oh, I'll just do this, what big
Sure.
deal? But just like we tell them, we say, hey, we understand, but the way that the process works is you come back. So, but we are where we are now.
Right.
And Mr. Bergonis is here with doing the right thing now of saying, hey, this is what, yes, I should have done, but I'm here now asking for that permission. And so.
Yeah, I just don't want the gravel paths. That's all.
So what you're actually looking for is still having this same layout,
Yes,
just minus gravel.
right.
But the parking, so we're parking because of the volume, we're having to park in lots that weren't on the original parking plan. Is that
And not
correct?
just parking, but using vendors using them that were not on the original plan.
So
That'll be approved in here,
that will be approved in here.
correct?
Yeah,
And-
we approve it, yes.
Right.
It would be the furthest lot to the east.
Yeah.
That, as was indicated originally, that's where parking and that was gonna exist, but now it's to be utilized for vendors. And that's again, the one that's the furthest east.
So then where's that parking? If it's used for parking now and then you put vendors there, where are those cars going to go?
Well, it states they can park in the streets too.
There's street parking and, they could park on the lots to the west if we can
West.
get approval, yeah. I mean, they do that now for any other event that's down there. I mean, there's Bluegrass, there's
Yeah.
Renaissance, there's the truck gathering. I mean, why is this any different?
But I think also just being completely clear for the public, there's been quite a bit of controversy on who owns what lot and how many lots you're using and
Sure.
are you supposed to be there? And I
Right.
know it has caused a lot of back and forth. And so we want to be completely clear. If we're
Sure.
going to come back and we're going to make amendments and we're going to change some things, we want to be completely clear that we understand. So that way, if somebody blows up our phones, because it does happen, that we can be completely clear with them
Sure.
that, yes, John does have approval to park on this city lot for his vendors, and patrons can use parking on the street, and he has use for his vendor setups on this lot, and this lot, which are
Sure.
his lots to do so. But we need to make sure that we're very clear in doing so.
Sure, I understand. And would that also go for any other event? I mean,
Absolutely, no.
I don't want to be singled out. I mean, there's a lot of events that go on down there and nothing's being scrutinized like I am now. I mean,
I don't want you to think that it's scrutiny. No one else.
well, I mean, it's obvious.
For this.
That's not scrutiny.
Yes, sir. No, it is.
That's not expected.
It is.
What we already approved.
It is.
It's not scrutiny.
I've done what that says that needs to be done.
Yeah.
The only thing, yes, the water,
You've done this.
the electric,
Gravel and all arranged in this configuration.
they are arranged in that configuration. It's gotten bigger. And since we've had to extend,
Okay, all
it
right.
has.
We
You can
got,
come and
it's
take
gonna
pictures,
be,
sir.
Not
we
from
we
my
have this.
observation.
right.
You haven't even come and visited. Have you been there? I've never seen you there.
I drive by it frequently.
You've never been there.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Let's go, does anybody,
It's hard to see. It's hard to see it from the road, sir. It's hard. You need to come visit and see it for yourself before you make these comments.
Well,
John,
driving around. I'm sorry.
let's stay on top. Thank you. Any more did you get your question answered, Dan?
Dan?
I believe so. You're wanting to do away, if I read this correctly, gravel isn't going to be in the,
Right.
if we pass this, it's just going to say dirt roads.
Dirt grass.
and grass. Correct?
Grass, yes, the grass has been great. It's held up very nicely. You can go down and look. I did have Kathy Hayes kind of fill in some holes. Now that might be where the dirt is coming from that you're saying. Because, there were safety issues. So I did have Hayes come in. They brought in loads of dirt. I had to spend money out of that of my own pocket and to make everything level. And that's going to take some time to grow back. But where there was grass, there is still grass. And it's even thicker now than it was in March.
And why don't you want to do the gravel? You just.
It gives us more flexibility with having the gravel pads there. Like I said, we had to expand. Having the gravel pads there kind of ties us to a specific format. We do use that format, but I think gravel is going to look ugly. I really do. I like it to look green. I like it to look pristine. Gravel, like I said, it's just aesthetically, I don't think it's going to look good.
Thank you.
I think you would have to gravel the entire lot for it to stay gravel,
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
honestly.
if this area was nothing but tables and benches and the gravel was only walked on, then.
Yes, but they're removed every Friday, right? So then that gravel would spread. So, they wouldn't stay paths for long.
It's also hard to walk on. Gravel's hard to walk on. It could cause people to fall, trip. There'll be an elevation there.
You would
It's just
limit it.
It's not
You
aesthetically or safety.
we could look at it again in another few months and see what it looks like
Yeah.
in another 3 months, if you'd like to.
So you're saying table it?
No, I'm saying we could
Approve it, but come
Approve
back,
it,
look
but-
and see, assess it again.
assess it again, leave it as grass and see how it holds up in the next few months and get back on to the agenda.
Make your motion.
One other thing I want to add, because I don't think I had stated it and you saw it, but just so we're clear. Also, the request or the amendment is to add a Friday to the existing Saturday, Sunday. So this would be for 3 days a week versus the current 2. That's part of the amendments, and I apologize for not clarifying that before.
And that doesn't include setup on Thursday, right? Then it would be setting up on Friday and open on Friday, correct? Right. Okay.
Eddie, do you have anything?
No, I'm good, Mayor.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody have any more comments or questions? All right, somebody like to make a motion?
I make a motion to deny.
Okay. Anybody like to second the motion to deny? Okay. Motion failed to get a second. Anybody like to make a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve with stipulations, which is we'll come back in a couple of months and see how it looks.
Can we?
A couple, 2 or 3.
Well, yeah.
Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, you can bring it back for review. It's not a problem, but yeah, whether that's 2, 3, just.
This is July already, so August, September, so by
October.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll make sure. Okay.
So a motion to approve with an evaluation in 3 months. We have a motion made for that as our second.
second.
Okay. Motion is second. Cast your votes. The motion passes 4-1. Special use permit amendment, open air farmers market with the amendment to reassess in 3 months. Okay. Item number 18 is the city manager's report.
Yes, Mayor and Council, it is budget season, so you're going to hear me say that until we get through the budget in September. So your department heads and staff are all working very diligently preparing those proposals so that Kim and I can tell them that they don't have the funds to do what they want to do on your behalf. So we sat through several rounds of those meetings this morning. Really appreciate the department heads for all of their work on that. Our team really does a good job vetting out their requests. They don't bring us what I would consider extreme requests. It's a very reasonable request process, and there's a plan. So I appreciate our team for doing that and making that budget season easier on us. If you haven't noticed, Street CIP project for 2026 is near completion. I think they've got maybe a day or two left, Tenny. We got Harrison, still needs to be striped, but Harrison, Oklahoma, both done. Finished up college, I think Chestnut and University. Yeah, I was looking for that cross street. Chestnut University. So that contractor did a really nice job, came in, milled one day, paved the next, striped the same time, opened the road back up. So moved right along. We've been very pleased with them and heard lots of good things. So thank you, the council, for funding that, and Street CIP committee for vetting that project out. As of this morning, the earthwork contractor has moved on site to Owen Field. Of course, as soon as they were supposed to break ground on the 19th, we've had what seems like a monsoon of rain in the last week and a half, which I'm not complaining. We will definitely take the rain. But that has slowed down the earthwork contractor a little bit. But they do have equipment on site, and we anticipate once that work is actually started, that will truck right along. So estimated completion date on that project is February 18th. I look for that to move a little bit as we have more weather days between now and then. Fire station construction documents are complete and out for bid. So another project we're super excited to see come to fruition. We will have the bid opening in this room on July 29th at 10 a.m. So we'll have a groundbreaking ceremony for that, probably mid to late August. Another CIP number 2 project with that second fire station. As Caden Young previously mentioned, we have a bid opening tomorrow in this room for the airport terminal building and terminal apron, 10 o'clock in council chambers. The pre-bid meeting was packed at the airport conference room, so I suspect we're going to have some highly competitive bids. I'm looking forward to getting the best price and getting those 2 projects done. As you know, that terminal project, we've been talking about that for 3 years now, and that was one of the first things that Kate and I were able to get across the finish line that former city manager Alsop had started. So we look forward to seeing that. Excuse me. We do also have a request for proposals, which we'll publish tomorrow for mowing services that will include the parks as well as the city entrances. Council may recall, at the February 17th meeting, we rejected all bids for mowing services, which we had published the Summit View Cemetery in the city entrances. And I believe the low bid on that was a little over $330,000. Don't quote me on the exact figure, but it was several $100,000 for the season. Staff has re-advertised that with just identifying the parks, Banner Park, Mineral Wells, Highland Park, the 2 entrances, East-West Highway 33, South Division, all of those, Lions Park, all of those parks, Mitchell Park, the 2 lakes. So we look forward to seeing what those bids come back at. We will bring those to you on August the 4th. We're hoping, again, we hope for another competitive process. That way that can alleviate some of the work on Tenny's crews and JB and the team out there. Our guys are consistently mowing, but I will tell you, when you have a wet season like we've had, and then you have a really dry heat like we've had, no matter what you do, you can't keep up. Especially when you throw in a couple of holidays like Memorial Day weekend, when we send every guy we have out to Summit View to make sure the cemetery looks nice for decoration. And you don't think about what that impact is on the staff until you recognize that 40 hours of fence to fence, and by the time they're done, that's 12 guys. Time they're done, you got to go back to the fence and start again. And you didn't mow anything else. Not a park, not an entrance, not a city hall, not a public works building. So the amount of mowing our guys do is really tremendous, what they're able to accomplish and stay on top of. I would ask that we give them a little bit of grace as we work through it. This mowing RFP is just one spoke in the wheel that we're trying to evaluate options of what can we do. We've got an open position that we've advertised for, we haven't been able to fill. We've purchased new equipment over the last couple of years. So we're still exploring other alternatives if this doesn't work out. But I will say our team works very hard, and unfortunately they can only do what they can only do. There's only so much you can get done in an 8-hour day. and a 40-hour week. And outside of that, overtime, our guys, again, they're very generous to come in and work evenings and weekends, and I applaud them for the work that they get done. But just know that your staff is evaluating that, and we'll bring you some options very soon. Pelican Bay will open on July 18th in Edmond. The city will resume its partnership to offer this amenity again. Utility office will have the wristbands for residents to pick up. I believe Shonda said they'll be here this week. Yep. So they will be here this week. Utility office, Guthrie residents can come into the utility office with proof of address inside city limits. They will receive free admission into Pelican Bay, and we'll give them the wristbands here, and they are daily wristbands. This weekend, Saturday, the Downtown Downbeat will take place, as well as a host of other festivities, from Bike Night at the Rock on Friday to the Farmers Market to the Guthrie Brew and the Jungle are having an event over on Harrison. There's going to be a lot of activity Saturday evening, followed up with a highly anticipated fireworks show sponsored by Fireworks A-Poppin' downtown. So it's going to be a great night. Hope everybody can make it out. If you don't have any plans, nothing going on Saturday night, come out and enjoy that fireworks show. Live music, Brittany, the Chamber, Justin, Shonda, the entire team has really pulled together to make this a great event. And we look forward to next year, already planning ahead. Next year, we anticipate this event to take place on the last Saturday in June, so it will occur before the 4th of July. With that, Mayor, that's all I've got for you. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Sure. Thank you, Eddie. Item number 19, request comments from members of City Council. Councilman Williams.
Well, I'm going to steal Jeff's words. Thanks to the staff for all the work they've done regarding all these projects, which are really exciting. The airport and my gosh, the ball field after all these years, Owen Field, and of course the fire department. Very exciting times, very busy times, and just glad to see it launched and moving forward. Thanks.
Okay. Councilwoman Denny.
I will ditto that. I was just thinking the other day, I drive pretty much the state of Oklahoma for my day job, and I sometimes take the back roads through the smaller towns and so on and so forth. And I've lived here in Guthrie for a long time, and to see just driving downtown, another street blocked off, and new parking spaces and new paint, and the airport, the second fire station. I mean, I can't name a city, including the city of Oklahoma City, that has this much going on. So it is exciting. Thank you all for your hard work. The mowing, that's just another. I mean, every other day we're having to mow our yard, and when you just drive around and see the enormity of what you guys, Tenny, your guys are in charge of, it's absolutely overwhelming. I don't know how your guys look at a mower every single day. I would just lay down in fetal position and throw my hands up in the air. So please send my condolences for all of that. And I'm looking forward to the bids and trying to get you guys some help. That's a lot. So thank you, everyone.
Vice Mayor Taylor.
Thank you, staff. And you too, Eddie. I think
Thank you.
what we're doing.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. This is, it's exciting to be able to see all the things that's happening. And I know we've got things coming up this weekend. I think it worked out great because everyone was griping about, but we're not having the 4th of July. We're not having fireworks. Well, it rained. So now it's perfect. We took care of all that. So this will be a fun weekend. There's lots of things going on. So, and I mean, everybody's here tonight. So I really appreciate all y'all's hard work. I really do. Other than that, that's it.
Councilwoman, am I going to say it?
No, you better not. No, I'm ditto. Thank you guys very much. I know everybody's put a lot of hard work into the last year and couple of years. So all the projects being completed, I know Tenny gets a check mark, and whenever he finally gets to make a check mark, that's fantastic. So I'm right along there with him. And this last weekend, watching all of the bikes go by my house. Some people were scooting, some were riding. So a huge thank you to the Grand Ole Barber Shop for hosting that yet again with the breakfast. It was really fun. Trace was still asleep, so we did not get up and participate, but we did a lot of waving and saying hi, and usually we're out of town, so it was a lot of fun to see. And there were a lot of joggers. I wouldn't have done that, no. But it was very great, and I appreciated it. So I'm looking forward to this weekend, and I think it'll be a lot of fun as well.
Okay. Yeah, just a fun little side note for me representing the people who live around the temple. Yes, it's so neat for the starting point for events to start there, but yeah, they start at like 5:30 in the morning. Around. So for everybody who lives around the temple, just give me a little insight there on how that goes. No, we love it. I love all of the events. I don't know why I felt like I had to look at Jeff to get approval to say this. Thank you, staff. Uh, as well as Eddie, again, since I had to say both.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I
Thank you.
appreciate that for all the projects that you guys are overseeing. We know that we're only seeing the tip of the iceberg of what you guys take care of, and all the hours you guys spend even after you guys go home. And that can't be expressed enough, so thank you very much. Just to put something in perspective again with the mowing, we're trying to get after it. Tenny had told me a little interesting piece of trivia that I think I would just point out. That if we took every single person that we have on the mowing staff and put every single one of them simultaneously at the same time at the cemetery to mow, everybody going 40 hours a week, it would take the entire week plus more to get the entire thing mowed. And that's not mowing anything else in the city, just at the cemetery. Everybody we have all day, every day, just to get that. So just kind of keep that in perspective, please. A little bit of grace. We're getting to it. Also, keep in mind, remember, a year ago, this time last year, we were praying and hoping for this much rain. So now we have it. So with that, that's all that I have. And up on the agenda on item number 20 is we have a proposed executive session pursuant to the authority of Title 25 OS 307 as follows.
Make the motion, we go into executive session.
Second.
Proposed authority, title 25 OS 307.
All right, motion and a second. Cast your votes.
Votes are in.
And it's approval to go into executive session. What's that?
Hi.
Aye.
Yeah, there's gonna be, I was gonna tell you. Yeah, of course. Were you here for the rest of them? So tomorrow we had to do it.
I was gonna ask Casey, you guys probably know. So if they sub out all that mowing, the guys that normally have been mowing, what does their job become or what?
It's not all work around. That department is, they would have been about 50% for roughly 2 years now. Okay, well, the street department, we're about 9 to 12 officials short at Public Works. That's not covering all of our grounds, though. It would still include, of course, the cemetery is not there. I don't believe that includes the North Highway, it does not include the, West Highway, I believe the bid on the East Highway, the South Highway. It only includes, I believe, one of those tickets. And not the entire portion of the ground.
So they'll still be mowed, there's still plenty
They
of
will
things.
still be mowing, there's, we are like.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'm the airport travel. For some,
They also,
I'll show you
all of our services that are
send you an
cemetery.
email. I'll make a note of the email on Friday.
I think we've had 3 yards this week, so I think that looks over, I think the whole lower and bottom, so closing ceremonies and everything.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Handle that. They will also, do this removal of the trees throughout the park. Here's a list.
So it's groundskeeping, general.
Yeah, because the last RFP was for basically the public accessible shoreline area. Guthrie Lake.
So if they ever subbed it out before, is this something?
We have never stubbed it out. We've received bids 2 times, to my knowledge. Both times, it's coming in very, very high. I think the way it is now, this RFP, there, some of these smaller.
Yeah.
We will probably see some smaller, something a little bit more affordable, probably for the city. That's what, again, it's smaller parks.
You put this far behind the park.
Highland Park would be one of our larger.
Oh, now you're turning out.
It makes our end park really very good.
I was gonna take
Like,
nah, right.
tomorrow, I had, we, if I can get all of the entries, I'm throwing different departments at that, I'm gonna eat tomorrow.
Air fryer.
Sewer job.
Yeah.
Trees over the grounds, like shakes are called, they do like preventative stuff on trees.
It's not my turn yet.
Storms, stuff like that. We do try to follow.
They're
We try to find that as well.
3 where they get
It's not a real, nor his department, nor mine.
Yeah.
Happy just to go around to every place. And enforce stuff.
Yeah, because like James said, or AC one, really bad. Yeah, we'll tell enforcement, send the property owner a letter saying it needs to be treated, and it's not, we'll pay it ourselves.
It's more of a react.
Yeah, yeah. So like you said, we, I would say, I got one.
Just someone online that do like stop signs in residential districts that are now being obscured because of trees.
Even in the zoning code, it specifies. Has to be taken care of, so, yeah, if there's a tree, a shrub, or, even anything that would obstruct basically that intersection, yeah, be through my department.
So it may, and I don't even know if it's on city property, which obstruct it, or whether it's private.
Even if it's in the right of way, it's the responsibility of that property owner that's adjacent to maintain it, so that's why I'm saying.
You might be getting a call.
That's fine, yeah, because it goes through us, and that's why we send that property owner saying, yeah, that bush that's over out by the, and that's why I'm saying even the trees, so if we have a tree that's in front of your property, and its branches are, obstructing, 12 feet, we got a letter saying, hey, trim that.
It's a lot of people don't realize that, and they really feel like, all these trees down, he's got to come to your golf. But the city didn't go through and plant all these trees.
Surely the city's gonna notice that you can't see this stuff.
Well, yeah,
you know.
Yeah, no, it's a good call. Yeah, it's a good call, because we're not just out driving, looking for that stuff. Yeah, it's like Kenny said, you know, in Rye or even by code enforcement, we'll come across stuff, obviously, and then go, yeah, okay, we need to send them a letter, but that's the thing, as, you know, everybody knows, we got a pretty big city geographically, and so we don't always get to the same areas, so yeah, it's best just to call and
So
say.
it's not like somebody's sticking their nose in front of it.
No, we get calls like that all the time, especially when it is a site triangle, because obviously that's a safety issue. So we definitely want to take care of those, and that we don't have any accidents or, you know, pedestrian. Okay, we have, yeah. Well, you know, we have two methods. We can just give them a citation, but ultimately, because it's a safety issue, you know, a lot of times and all that, we just go right to the abatement. And then we send them the copy of the bill, saying you've got 30 days to pay this. If they don't pay it, then we put it as lien on the property. So it goes through our typical.
Dan the leaner.
Yeah.
What crusade?
Dan the leaner, yeah. So that's how we do it. More time. I don't remember ever having an issue with those instances. Usually.
Get cartons, let me know, and I'll pick them up. I'll just spend
Thanks for inviting.
Yeah, it's a marble
Yes.
five.
Marble size 5
You
minutes.
walked out.
It's a marble five.
I could have picked up enough here. I could have gone out and had dinner tonight.
You could.
Because $5 won't buy a whole lot.
Okay. Item number 21 is return to council chambers. Can I get a motion to return?
Make motion to return from executive session.
Can I get a second, please? Thank you. All right, motion and a second to return to council chambers and come out of executive session. Please cast your votes.
Councilwoman Gibb.
Sorry.
All votes are in.
Okay, unanimous approval to return to council chambers and come out of executive session. Item number 22 is the fire truck antitrust litigation, legal representative McAfee and Taft. We'd like to make a motion, or Eddie, do you want to speak on that, or just?
Nothing to add, Mayor.
Yep, okay. We'd like to,
Make a motion that on the fire truck antitrust litigation, the legal representation be McAfee and Taft.
okay. Motion and a second.
Second.
Okay, no further comments, questions?
All votes
Cast your votes. Unanimous approval to approve the fire truck antitrust litigation, legal representative McAfee and Taft as discussed in executive session. Item number 23 is resolution number 2026-13, retention of McAfee and Taft for fire truck manufacturer litigation.
I make a motion on that as well. Retention of McAfee and Taft for the fire truck manufacturer litigation.
Second.
Motion and 2 seconds. Just cast your votes. No further comments or questions?
All votes are in.
Okay, unanimous approval for resolution number 2026-13, retention of McAfee and Taft for fire truck manufacturer litigation as discussed in executive session. Item number 24, PFAS litigation, legal representation, McAfee and Taft.
I make a motion on PFAS litigation. Legal representation will be McAfee and Taft as well.
Okay,
Second.
motion and a second. Any comments or questions? Please cast your votes.
All votes are in.
Okay. Unanimous approval for PFAS litigation, legal representation, McAfee and Taft. Item number 25, resolution number 2026-14, retention of McAfee and Taft for PFAS litigation.
Make a motion on that as well. Resolution number 2026-14, retention of McAfee and Taft for the PFAS litigation.
Second.
Motion and a second. Please cast your votes if there's no further comments or questions.
All votes are in.
Okay. Unanimous approval from all those present on resolution number 2026-14, retention of McAfee and Taft for PFAS litigation on item 25. Item 26 is the industrial park business development. Eddie, anything to say on that?
Mayor, Council, I think we could proceed as discussed in executive session. I don't know that we need any action tonight. So, thank you.
Okay. So no action needed?
No action, sir.
Okay. All right, item number 27 is we are adjourned. We'll call to order our Free Public Works Authority meeting, again, July 7th, 2026. Item number 2 is the consent agenda, items A through N.
Make a motion to approve A through N on the consent agenda.
Okay, we have a motion. Can I get a second, please?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. No further comments or questions. Please cast your votes.
All votes are in.
Okay, unanimous approval from all those present on the consent agenda items A through N. Item number 3 were items from the consent agenda that were removed. There were none. Item number 4 is water treatment plant SCADA system purchase. Mr. Maker.
Yes. City of Guthrie staff has received quotes to replace the aging SCADA system at the water treatment plant from Haynes Equipment and Worth Hydro, which are 2 leading vendors in our region. The SCADA stands for Supervisory, Controlled, and Data Acquisition. It's the system that's used to monitor, control, and collect data from the equipment and infrastructure in real time. The SCADA system allows operators to see what's going on in the field from the computer screens and in many cases control equipment remotely. The system at the water treatment plant has needed to be replaced for many years. Although the quote from Haynes Equipment was lower, coming in at $53,413, staff would like to recommend awarding the project to Worth Hydro based on prior experience with the vendor. Responsiveness, technical support, and service reliability. Staff believes Worth Hydro will provide the level of support necessary to ensure the long-term success of the water treatment plant. SCADA system. One thing I would like to add to this is we just had an incident at our water treatment plant this last week, and we were down for a period of time. We reached out to Worth Hydro. They responded and out of Shawnee and had us back up and going in just a matter of a few hours. So that kind of goes along with the responsiveness that we are seeing here and why we'd be recommending the higher bid for this evening's quotes.
They could do this from their smartphone too, couldn't they? Like if maybe they're driving out to look at something else and the bell goes off or something, could they do that?
Yes, this allows our staff to operate the plant from their homes, anywhere out in the field. For the ones that have been to our plant, I believe most all of you have, I believe, the screens that you see up on the computers and on the walls down there, that's the SCADA that we're talking about here. I believe this also replaces some of the computers and programming and stuff that I believe is like Windows. I don't even know what they are. Windows
Outdated.
20 or something. We can no longer put the software over on these computers even. So
I'll make a motion that we approve the water treatment SCADA system from Hydro in the amount of $61,780.
Second.
Motion and a second. Further comments or questions? Please cast your vote.
I'll vote Strand.
Okay, unanimous approval for the water treatment plant SCADA system, also known as SCADA system purchase. Item number 5 is the acceptance of the OWRB SAI grant award. Mr. Faulkner.
Yes, Mayor and Council, this is the identical item that City Council heard earlier. Just need to approve it under the Public Works Authority as well. So staff recommends approval. Appreciate the staff, Senator Chuck Hall, State Rep Collin.
I make motion to approve.
Okay. Motion.
I'll second it.
Second, okay. Motion and a second. If there's no further comments or questions for Mr. Faulkner, please cast your votes. Okay, unanimous approval for the acceptance of the OWRB SAI grant award. Number 6 is we are adjourned.